For real, I have bought them to just leave them hanging around my neck when I do videos for class because it matches what I'm wearing. I'm an idiot, but it's true. Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel RVCCIS.info, where faculty representatives from Rock Valley College's Computers and Information Systems Department talks to you, our community at large, about things roughly having to do with CIS. Joining me today is Stephanie Washer. Howdy, everybody. I'm Eric Wolf, because we're trying to remember the intros. Today, what we thought we would do is a first of our two-part series here on headphones. We will continuously do series. I think it's series. On headphones. I need coffee. Because between Stephanie and I, we are we addicted to headphones? We're insane. That's technically true.
We have a problem.
Yeah.
We do. So
it's a weird problem to have, but we buy too many headphones, whether or not they are in ear, over ear, on ear. We have too many of them. So I know my family is probably looking at an intervention sometime here soon. At which point I will tell you to run so you can continue to buy more. So today we thought we would highlight some of the things we know by buying too many headphones that go in your ear. And next time we thought we would highlight some of the things that we know about buying headphones that go either on or around ear. And I know for myself, and I know we've mentioned this before, but you know, as we're continuing here through the pandemic, through quarantine, through work from home, I really believe that maybe one of the number one or two greatest quality of life improvements I have done is headphones. You know, we're all of us co-working, co-living spaces here. So in the beginning, like I'm down here in the basement office, but in the beginning we were sharing the kitchen upstairs between Aaron and I, and you know, just the whole somebody's on a phone call, somebody's on a Zoom meeting, clicky clacking, all that kind of stuff. Headphones really can drown out all that stuff that's going on around you. And I really was surprised at how big a difference in just my, you know, whatever the work that did.
Yeah, and so we're going to talk about what we look for, right? So
I'll let you start. What do we look for? What do you look for?
Right. Well, I want wireless, so I look for Bluetooth.
Yeah.
But there's sometimes where I do feel like I need wired, but I have so many headphones now that if one dies, I could just pick up the next one.
Yeah.
And I'm so spoiled, but then I have certain headphones for certain devices. And so I know if I pick up this set of headphones, it will automatically just work with it because I've already paired it. So, but anyway, so I look for wireless, and then I look for what else? Oh, comfort. I really do like comfort.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing for me is comfort trumps sound a little bit. Because sound, you know, when you've got the in-ear earbuds, they are crammed up into your cranium anyway. There's only so much escaping you can do from that. But from years of having a helmet, the motorcycle helmet, everything else, you know, I have a big whopper head, and cramming it into even the largest of helmets was not the right size. So as soon as my ears are bothered with that, I have to take them off because it drives me crazy. So having a couple of pairs to swap in and out of is really nice. First world problem, but really nice.
Right. So the noise canceling, I mean, yeah, it's kind of what you were alluding to before with noise canceling, which generally you don't see that in ear as well. Or it's not.
You certainly don't see it at the lower price points. You got to spend to get noise canceling.
You mean the ones I buy?
Well, but I think that makes us a really good test case for this, because you prefer the
Raycons.
reasonably priced, and the Raycon. So you've even got a brand you like. So I tend to like the Beats ones now, but only because I have everything Apple and it's easy. But like, and Sony, those would be my, I like the way those sound. And Plantronics, I like the way those sound. And, you know, that's the way I tend to gravitate.
Yeah, and what was the other one? A lesser expensive one on Amazon that I really liked because it just fit really well. The Beats are nice, and I like the magnetic part because I like to, you know, sometimes just put it around my neck and shoot and just let it hang there, depending on what I'm doing at the gym. And then, but they're a little long for me, and so the Soundpeats are a little bit shorter around the neck. So that's, I kind of like those, and I like the wing on them.
Yeah.
You know, so, the wingtip.
I know for Steph and I, this is going to sound like a rerun because it is. I didn't hit record the first time. But actually, one of the reasons I like the Beats Flex is because of the long cord. So I have a big neck and I have PowerBeats, the 4. I didn't spend full price. I got them at VIP outlets, so they were open. But my neck is big enough that if I wear a hoodie and I move my neck doing anything when I work out, it pulls them right out.
Oh, yeah.
So I really like them. They were expensive, and I can't wear them working out because all I have to do is like a military press, and whoop, out comes the ear. So I wear the Beats Flex for that more. So I mean, fit really is a matter of you know, personal preference.
Well, and because you know this, you like waterproof, like that is, you have to get waterproof
because I sweat like a pig. Yeah, so waterproof is definitely a thing, because if it doesn't say waterproof, they ain't waterproof. So I wrecked 2 pairs over the summer because I wore them working out and they just don't work anymore the right way.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that for you, but
no, that's perfect. It's Eric sweats like a pig. And if
it has a giant noggin, so we're learning. Yeah, I don't even know if the Raycons are waterproof. Once I said all of those things, I'm like, oh, I don't even know, because I know that's not what I look for is waterproof, but I think I'm gonna have to start. So
yeah, and I wore it in a quick rain. It wasn't like, well, one of them I sweat to death, but I mean the other one, the ones that I'm really disappointed that I killed, it was like a drizzly little rain, and it didn't get, I didn't think wet hardly at all, and they're toast. So before we get to a couple of places where you can look for recommendations, just as a recap, make sure if you want wireless to get Bluetooth either 4.2 or 5. The earlier versions just don't have quite the same connection ability or distance that you can use. And certainly they sound worse for phone calls as well. So that's number one. If you're looking for noise canceling, you're probably going to have to pay more. There's really not a wonderful set of inexpensive noise canceling headphones that we can point you at. And you know the kind of sound that you like. If you like the really big bassy stuff, you know, like Skull Candy is really well known for that, and those can be had really inexpensively. If you like really accurate sound, you know, JBL are known for that, or Sony are known for that, so you could go to those. I will say, because in this version of the podcast we didn't mention it yet, if you have Apple stuff, the AirPods Pro really do a fantastic job of noise canceling. They last a long time. And now that they have, it's called spatial audio, you can hear stuff and it sounds like it's 1,000 miles away from you. It's really cool. But they're expensive, $250 if you buy them, which you shouldn't, at retail price. Otherwise, they've come down as low as $190 lately. So, and prices for things like that, or for suggestions on headphones, you can always check our social media, because I post that stuff all the time over at RVCCIS info on Twitter or Facebook. Before we close this episode out, we wanted to give you a couple of places that you could go to look for recommendations. We are like LeVar Burton in Reading Rainbow. Don't take my word for it. That's what I always say. shockingly, Consumer Reports, which is, you know, one of the oldest platforms around, does really good reviews.
They have their research down. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, and you can
Interesting.
see how the headphones score in what areas. So pick the places that are important to you and go with those. Also, it's ratings.com, but it's RTINGS. Those, again, you can look down in the description below. They have, it is so much more information even than Consumer Reports does, and they give you sound samples of everything so you can hear what they would sound like, which is crazy but cool. And finally, Wirecutter, from I believe it's New York Times. They do a bunch of reviews on stuff, and actually, well, Stephanie and I both have headphones they recommended. Jim and I have coffee makers they recommended. I bought a car off of their recommendation once. It works out pretty good. So you can find all of those in the description below. While you're at our description, go ahead and leave us a comment. Let us know what kinds of in-ear headphones we should be using our money on, just feeding our addiction, really. So you can leave those down below. While you're there, you can also like and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell to be notified of new content as it becomes available. Again, you can follow us on our social media. We are at RVCCIS Info on Twitter, on Facebook, on Anchor.fm, and here on YouTube. So on behalf of Stephanie, myself, Eric, and the rest of the Rock Valley community, stay safe and stay sane out there, everybody. And, you know, maybe rock out.